Here is an update on my Pogonomyrmex barbatus colony. I don't remember how long ago I posted a video about them, like just talking about them. But they are doing well. I estimate their population at around 200 to 250 workers. There is most of the younger workers, the older workers that are smaller have died off now. Right now they're enjoying a crushed orange-headed roach, which eventually will just be exoskeleton parts. And they're enjoying a bunch of Kentucky bluegrass seeds and some iceberg lettuce seeds that I give them. I just have a lot more Kentucky bluegrass than I do iceberg lettuce. So, but in probably about 30 minutes, this pile of seeds will probably be gone. Or a little longer since they have a roach at the same time. And see, they've also finally started moving the rocks I give them into their nest area, like a lot of harvester ants do in the wild. Let's see if I can got them here. And that one right there is a little younger. She's lighter. Look at all those workers. Oh, there's so many of them just going in and out, in and out. There's one carrying a seed. And the crazy thing is, their main nest is all the way over here, underneath all of this. I'll look underneath it sometimes just to see how they're doing. And they have a tunnel that goes from there all the way over there. And that's because where I keep them, over there, that's the heat. Most of the heat is over here. But, just watch. Look at this. They're just carrying those seeds all back into there. It's crazy. In the wild, harvester species can have trails of thousands of workers just going to and from, carrying seeds. And there's the roach they're eating. Sometimes, once the colonies get larger, I'll give them a roach every other day, or maybe even every day. So, because I like to overfeed my colonies so their population can explode. I've got a friend. He doesn't feed his colonies as often, so they don't get as big as they would. But I love overfeeding my colonies so they just have explosions in population. They're enjoying that roach for sure. They're larvae. When I first moved them in here, oh, look at this. And see right here, there's one of the older workers. Just look how tiny she is. These two are both older workers. They're very teeny tiny compared to the newer workers. There's one of the newer-ish ones back there. Let's see if I can wait for one of them to come over into the more area so you can see the definite size difference. Tiny little worker. There's one of the newer-ish workers. You can see there's a bit of a size difference there. Yeah, there you go. There is a size difference. It's not, that one's a little older too, but if she was in over here, you could definitely tell the size difference. Yeah, there she is. I love watching them, especially because harvesters they make the awesome trails. They're almost out of the iceberg lettuce seeds there. Let's give them a couple more. Open up my little bag of them here. A little bit more iceberg lettuce there. I need to buy more iceberg lettuce. I think it's like, I do $3 for like 3,000 seeds, which is a lot, but it's also not very much when my ants' colonies that eat them are big enough to where they need a lot of seeds. Yeah, look, there's one of the, I don't know if you can see her. There she is, one of the smaller, older workers. And then there's some of the newer workers right next to her. There's definitely a size difference. Like, I gotta position my phone, make sure it doesn't fall in. In a few hours, this roach will be nothing but just the exoskeleton left. As I showed you earlier, they've got those pieces over there. I actually need to take those out. This colony's big enough to where when I feed them a lot, they actually don't come out of their nest for a couple days, just because they've got enough food for them for a while. I've got another harvester colony that's just like that. They only come out of their nest every few days because I feed them so much. It's okay with me. That means I don't have to worry about feeding them every day. I just have to check every day to see if there's workers out of the nest. They do definitely like the iceberg lettuce seeds a lot more than the Kentucky bluegrass. But they eat them both. So. There's just so many of them. Just carrying away those seeds. Oh, that worker has 2 of them in her mandibles. I just love watching these harvesters. They're my favorite species of ants is definitely Pogonomyrmex. Just so many different variations of species, different colors, different sizes. So cool. I'll update you more on them later, and I'll probably try to get some video from underneath their nest sometime. But that's what they're looking like for now, so have a great day. Bye.